very patient player, and he's very proud of his technical prowess at the moment. But at the same time, you have Toon.S, who's very unpredictable. So this is going to be a test to see if Jolts can really use the knowledge that he's been grinding with to give himself that advantage.
So Jolts, no surprise, he's going for the Quagsire pick here. He likes Quagsire because it covers grounded opponents very well, and he likes Magneton because it covers those airborne opponents. Great counter to get out of the corner, and now Jolts is going to be racking up a lot of damage as he incurs the phase shift as well. So let's talk for a second, Terry, about the different game plans that we have between both of these characters.
Well, I think, Weavile, obviously, he's going to want to get in and utilize the burst to his full potential. Already seeing that right now with, getting it out ready right there and already taking a slight lead against Jolts.
Yeah, that's the burst conditioning, right? You're so scared of that burst option that they get a free grab, and that's going to be a combo into the Sonic Splash. Scaling doesn't matter when you're at that low HP. Jolts going down without that much of a fight. He had one great moment with the counter in the corner, but after that, it was all about Toon.S.
Ooh, dropping the block right there, too, with the false swipe. But there he goes with the overhead, getting priority against him, and right now looking to see what combo he could get, but Weavile, breaking out of it with an attack, but the counter is going to come and send him back into the field phase.
Now, let's keep in mind that both players at this point do have their synergy burst available. Jolts the wake-up attack. I love it. He's not pressured yet, even though he lost that round by so much. But speaking of synergy, we're going to be seeing Toon.S not only going for that synergy burst, but also popping Eevee as well. Now, this means that if he's able to get a confirm with his critical burst attack, then it's going to be a great deal of damage because of that attack buff.
Yeah, so we're out to Quagsire right now, looking to put him, looking to ground him. And great trap right there.
Perfect, because the Quagsire kept him on the ground. Toon.S was thinking, how do I get out of this? He goes for that icicle crash, and Jolts was like, hey, you're going to eat this thunder. So Jolts putting one on the board himself, but that counter is going to create the first phase shift in this game, and it's going to be some big damage. Again, right off of the phase shift into the grab. Toon.S has been getting a lot of utility so far with that particular option. I'm loving the mix-ups. It's exactly what we need to see from a character like Weavile, but Jolts right back into the swing of things. We're going to be having another phase shift into duel, and this time Toon.S coming out swinging.
Yeah, already getting back to a similar lead that he had in game one, and now already has the burst, but he gets grabbed out of the burst.
Wow, and that was such a gutsy grab as well. There are such few times whenever an opponent has burst that they actually go for an option like counter. But it's very possible that Toon.S was looking for something like a shield and then inputting the grab. But Jolts, he's going to punish so heavily. He tried to go for a grab there, and I don't know if this is going to be something he can survive. Oh, 43 HP remaining. Can Jolts do this final round? And it's not going to happen. Game one going in favor of Toon.S.
Right there, that was just a scenario where he used his burst and was trying to grab out of it as a reactionary type move, but it was a little bit too it wasn't spaced out properly, and that's where you see the punish from.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I'll be honest, going for grabs right after you whiff a burst, it just feels like a clunky option, right? Because whenever someone whiffs a burst option against most characters, I like to think that that's my time to go in. That's my time to attack.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not whenever I want to turtle up in my shield, generally speaking. So for Jolts to go for a grab in that particular venue, I mean, he may have been thinking too deep, right? He may have been thinking 8 steps ahead, but it ends up actually costing him.
Well, I bet you he can, they were both fairly close games, all three of them, and it was to the point where I think, the adaptation is, we can see what he can do in this. Honestly, being such a new game as well, it's kind of like, there's still a lot of unknowns that I have with paying attention to it, but, ooh, Kid shuts him down with the light attack. Mm-hmm. So,
I think that's a technical error, but okay, forget it. We're back in there. I was worried for a second that our stream was lagging, but it was Wii U's being silly. Nintendo, please. Jolts is actually on the verge now of a perfect. We're going to be seeing that Eevee coming out to recover some HP and increase that attack.
Drops the block right there from the sky attack. attacking out of that grab, that was very smart. He was getting caught up at that earlier, and then huge combo right there.
Yeah, it's going to be a great deal of damage. Again, we're in the field phase, and now Toon.S has to find a way in. That synergy burst will help him quite a bit as he's able to create a phase shift of his own. And wow, went for the grab. Jolts decides to go and pop his burst just to get some breathing room and get out of the corner. Quagsire again, and the same trap happens. Man, it's so scary. Like with that Quagsire as well as the Thunder, you're caught between a rock and a hard place. I gotta figure out some sort of Pokemon-oriented pun to put there instead, but honestly, that's what it feels like with this support set that we're seeing from Jolts.
Yeah, he's utilizing it really well. It's to the sense, gets grabbed out of the counter right there, and that's gonna shift it right back into the field phase. Gets him frozen, that's gonna be free damage right there, and forces him into the corner in this dual phase.
Rough spot, but wow, going for actually that low stance attack might have cost him some of that precious stage positioning. Great counter though, Jolts on the verge.
He ran right under him and grabbed him. That was incredible.
And will this be like a reverse near perfect? It is.
It's an actual perfect.
Wow. So now round 3, Jolts, he is in the loser's bracket. So he has no more rounds to give. He has to come out on top here as he's going to be sent home, taking, I believe, 4th place.
I think it would actually be 5th.
5th place. Well, he definitely doesn't want that.
No,
that'll be a pretty steep drop. I think last week he got 3rd or 4th place, right?
You can see him right now. He changed up his game to like play a more zoning phase, but
yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it really is. It's really shutting down his approach because he would just use Icicle Crash and set up everything from there. But Pikachu has a lot of coverage. He seems like a character that has a low profile and can get in really fast, but he has options that just make him, a viable zoner.
I'm liking this from Toon.S. He closes the distance and pops the EV immediately because he knows this is where he's going to start coming back into this game.
Yeah, big damage, evening the game out, just under 7 HP. Doesn't block the Icicle Crash, and counter's gonna do it.
He held counter for so long there. Jolts, I remember that upon knockdowns since game 1, he had a tendency to just fight his way out of sticky situations like that,
yes.
right? He wouldn't really put the shield up